I'm Pam Hiller, AccuQuilt's cutting expert.
And I'm Erica Bodker, AccuQuilt's creativity expert.
As quilters, we have at least one, but most likely a few sewing machines. Each one has a different purpose, but all bring joy and creativity to our craft.
The Go sewing machine die is just what you need to embellish quilts, pillows, table runners, and more.
Now, the Go sewing machine die is on a 6x12 die board, so it's going to fit through all of our cutters, including that Go Me. There are 7 distinct shapes, including the base of the sewing machine. Here's like the knobs.
Right.
Here's the platform. And look, there's a spool. I know. And a thread holder.
I love it.
I would never cut these shapes by hand or even use a template.
Oh, no. Now think about all the different fabrics that you can use to cut your sewing machines. All different kinds of prints of cotton, but also wool and even vinyl. Now, for the Go Sewing in the Garden quilt, which is hanging behind us, you will need a total of 12 sewing machines. This is a free pattern. It's available for you at AccuQuilt.com. All right, so let's cut some sewing machines, but keep in mind, quilters, that sewing machines are a directional shape.
All right, Erica, so we have pre-fused our cotton fabric.
Yes.
And we have a lot of different kinds of fusible on our website.
We do.
And you can always use up to 6 layers of cotton, but since we're gonna pre-fuse it, you can use 4. And I'm gonna lay this over our sewing machine shape. Now this is our little spool guide, our thread holder.
Okay.
Right, so we need 2 of this for the top and the bottom of our spool. So I'm actually going to fold it here and then just cover the rest with our blue, which is the shapes that we need. There.
Perfect. All right, let's grab a mat, as nothing happens without one.
Right.
We're gonna cover our shapes with a mat and go over. Today I'm gonna cut these on the Go Big with our Go Big die catcher. But this die will fit in all of our cutters, right, Pam?
Including that Go Me.
Yes. All righty.
Perfect. Give it a little love. We're going to slide. Oh, look at how staticky it is here. This is so cute. What a great way to use up your scraps. And
this is for our spools.
Yep.
I'm going to get those out. Look how tiny these are. I would never cut those by hand.
No. All right, let's set them right here.
Okay.
So let's talk about the background of this quilt.
Okay.
All right, so basically what you're going to use is our large hexagon die. And then to keep the bottom flat, so you don't, we're gonna use half hexagons. So you don't have to waste any of your shapes. So now you wanna follow the pattern to create rows of hexagons. Now this pattern uses Y seams to create the rows, but don't worry. Here is our pro tip, and I'm gonna show you right here at the top. So when I sewed these together, I marked 1/4 inch from either side.
Yes.
Then you're gonna stitch it here. And here's our other pro tip. On the die, I'll show you, there are 2 sides that have no notches. So 4 sides have notches, 2 sides don't. This is the top and the bottom of the row.
Okay.
We're gonna stitch it together. So then when we go to sew this together, now the notches are gonna line up.
Perfect.
So mark those 1/4 inch seams. In your quilting head, you think, I know what a 1/4 inch seam looks like, but the reality is you don't.
It really makes all the difference. And a pin or 2 doesn't hurt either.
There we go.
Now, here is the section that we've already started to create. If you're going to use our free embroidery files available at AccuQuilt.com, you would want to take this and place this with your stabilizer in a hoop. Then the file would stitch out your placement line for your sewing machine. Now, designs are always going to stitch from the bottom up, so you would place your sewing machine down. It would stitch around that, then it's going to give you the placement stitches for each one of the shapes.
Right.
Now, there's a total of 3 stitch types to choose from. First one we've got here is our motif stitch. Then we've got a satin stitch and a blanket stitch. This motif stitch is so decorative and fun. This blanket stitch I love for things like wall hangings.
Right.
But hands down, I want to put this on a shirt or a jacket or
Right.
something, and I'm going to use a satin stitch for
Right.
that.
And if you don't have an embroidery machine, no worries. You could use a decorative stitch from your domestic machine. You could do quilting all over. But let's show you how to lay down your sewing machine's shapes. So we're going to place underneath our section here.
Right, we're
our
going to
pressing mat.
put the pressing mat down there. All right, slide that under. And this is a June Taylor cut and press, so it's actually got a cutting surface on one side, which is kind of cool.
Yep, you want to line it up, and then Erica, let's lay out our sewing machine pieces.
Okay, so once again, we're going to build from the bottom up. So here's our sewing machine shape, and you're going to want to center this.
Yep.
We're going to put this a little bit towards the bottom of our shape here.
Okay. And here's the little sewing platform. It's going to line up perfectly right there.
Oh, it's so cute. It's like
Okay.
a racing stripe.
I know. Here, do you want to build our spool?
I'd love to.
Here's our little handle. Look at how cute this
Oh,
is.
this is so adorable.
Make sure I get the sticky side down.
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. And that little top.
Yep.
Perfect. Now, you don't have to press it all down at once. You could press down your bottom layer and build from there, but we've got it all down. We're ready
Yep.
to press it out. We've got our little Aliso iron here.
And we are just truly going to press. We are not going to iron.
That's right. And you don't need to overpress. There
So
we go.
think of how fun this would be. You could totally make all of your outer pieces scrappy. You could
Yes.
just think of all
Oh,
of the different kinds of.
I am making one of these very soon. Now you want to go ahead and continue to follow the pattern until your quilt top is complete. Once you're done with that, layer the top, the batting, and the backing together and quilt as desired. Use your favorite method to bind your quilt, and your quilt is ready to go.
There we go. Be sure and share your finished projects with us on all of our social media platforms using hashtag AccuQuiltBuilt.
Sewing machines have never been easier to acquire now that there's a die for that. Because at AccuQuilt, we help you cut time
So you can quilt more.